Have you ever watched security camera footage and thought, there has to be a logical explanation? What if I told you that at exactly 2:13 a.m., a CCTV camera captured something that investigators spent months trying to explain, yet every theory collapsed. The hallway was locked. No one entered. No one left. But someone, or something, appeared on camera anyway. Even today, one disturbing question remains unanswered. It was an ordinary Tuesday night at the Blackridge Business Center, a quiet office building that had been empty since 8 p.m. The security guard, Martin Hayes, followed the same routine every night. He checked the entrances, monitored the cameras, and logged every unusual event. According to him, nothing seemed out of place until the digital clock on his monitor reached 2:13 a.m. Camera 3 overlooked the longest hallway in the building. Fluorescent lights hummed softly, doors remained locked, and not even a shadow moved. For nearly a minute, everything appeared completely normal. Then, without warning, a tall figure slowly emerged from the far end of the hallway. Martin immediately froze. The figure wasn't walking normally. Its movements were strangely smooth, almost as if it were gliding instead of taking steps. More disturbing was its appearance. The security footage was grainy, but investigators later confirmed that the person seemed to be wearing outdated clothing unlike anything worn by employees. At 2:14 a.m., the figure stopped directly beneath the hallway light. 7 full seconds. It didn't move. It simply stood there, facing the camera. Martin later admitted that he felt something was wrong even before the figure did anything unusual. He couldn't explain it, but he described the feeling as being watched through the screen. Then something impossible happened. The hallway lights flickered once. Just once. When they came back on less than a second later, the figure had vanished. No running. No turning. No opening doors. Just gone. Martin rushed downstairs with a flashlight, convinced someone had hidden inside one of the offices. But every single room remained locked from the inside. Motion sensors detected nothing. Even stranger, the emergency exits had never been opened. Police initially suspected the footage had been manipulated. They seized the recording equipment and examined every frame. Nothing. No edits. No missing footage. No digital corruption. Frame by frame, the mysterious figure simply ceased to exist. As news spread, former employees began sharing unsettling experiences they had never reported before. One cleaner claimed she often heard footsteps in the hallway after midnight despite working alone. Another employee remembered seeing a man reflected in a glass window, only to realize seconds later that nobody had been standing behind her. Most people dismissed these stories as imagination, until investigators discovered something buried in the building's history. Decades earlier, before the offices were built, the property had been occupied by a small medical research facility. Records showed that one employee disappeared without explanation during a night shift. Despite extensive searches, neither the missing worker nor any evidence was ever found. Naturally, many believed the CCTV figure matched the description of that missing employee. But investigators weren't convinced. They noticed something even stranger. Exactly 12 seconds before the figure appeared, every digital clock connected to the security system briefly froze, only for a fraction of a second. It was so subtle that nobody noticed during the first review. Engineers blamed a power fluctuation. Yet the building's electrical logs showed no interruption whatsoever. Then another clue surfaced. A maintenance worker inspecting the hallway discovered faint scratches beneath the paint near the exact location where the figure disappeared. Hidden behind several layers of renovation, investigators uncovered an old sealed doorway leading nowhere. Construction records revealed that it had been permanently closed over 40 years earlier. Why had an entire doorway been erased from the building's plans? No one could answer. Months later, independent video analysts attempted to enhance the footage using advanced software. What they found shocked everyone. The figure wasn't facing the camera. It only appeared that way. After correcting the camera angle, analysts realized the figure's head was actually tilted downward, as though it had been staring at something on the floor the entire time. Investigators returned to inspect that exact spot. Beneath the new flooring, they discovered a faded metallic identification badge trapped under decades of concrete dust. The name engraved on it belonged to the employee who vanished from the research facility more than 40 years earlier. For many people, that was proof enough. Case closed. Except One final detail destroyed every theory. The identification badge had appeared in police evidence photographs taken during the first investigation. Those photographs were dated 2 weeks before the CCTV footage was ever recorded. According to official records, detectives had already collected the badge and placed it into secure evidence storage. So how could investigators discover the same badge beneath the hallway floor after the mysterious recording? No signs of tampering were ever found. The evidence locker had never been opened. The CCTV footage remained authentic. The hallway remained locked. And no one has ever explained why a man who disappeared decades earlier seemed to return for exactly 7 silent seconds before vanishing forever. Perhaps the footage captured something science cannot explain. Or perhaps the real mystery isn't the figure that appeared on camera. It's who, or what, was standing just outside the camera's field of view, causing it to keep looking down the hallway in the first place.